last 2018.
Yes.
But I never did anything. Like I uploaded one video saying that Happy New Year everybody, and there was nothing there anymore.
You are not speaking loud enough for me to hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, like every time I feel like I have something to talk about, because there's so many, of course, to talk about.
Yes.
But like I don't know where to start. So sometimes I'm coming up with the points when I teach the Bible, and I'm like, yeah, they didn't get the point. They didn't understand me. So I need to go further. Probably I just need to go and record myself and then upload it. And that way, if they didn't understand as I was trying to explain or writing, now they can go back and listen. And then when I come home, I'm like, I can't do this.
Yes, I understand it, but I think it's important that
Yeah, but like this, it could work. Yeah, because then the topic just come automatic now. But then when I say like, oh, I'm going like to put things into the book, and then I say today we're going to talk about, I don't even know what to talk about. It's just that, like, for example, when I teach the Bible, sometimes we come to the passage, to the scripture says, let's say, when God was blessing Jacob, or after he ran away, probably flee out from scaring to be killed by Esau. And then I come to realize, okay, so this is how God bless people. And here we are, ignorant, not be able to live this blessing because we don't know how to ask God to bless us the same way. Because like yesterday, I was in this page where Jacob was wrestling with God. Can you imagine? Like, I have read that scripture many times, but yesterday caught me like a surprise. Like, he even fought with God to a point he was winning. Now, God was kind of like just running away from him, and he had to grab him and say, I mean, it's how the Bible say, because he was leaving Jacob now, and then Jacob had to grab and say that I will not leave you until you bless me. That means in that wrestling, Jacob won. You understand? So God was leaving. Maybe he was defeated by in that particular time, and then he asked Jacob, "What is your name?" Jacob will say, "My name is Jacob." And then he said, "From today, your name is Israel." That's when he changed to him, gave that power, because he deserved it at that particular time after the fault they had. So he got rewarded in other way, you can say it. And I was like, and here we are, can't even sit and pray for 2 minutes, thinking that we're too tired. This guy prayed till God came down and say, let's see if he worth it. Like, probably he had already answered all his prayers, but then he wanted to challenge him further to see if he really worthy to get to be the head. Because of course Abraham was the one who got the promise, but who delivered the promise was Jacob, to be the father, to be Israel. Abraham will only change from Abram to Abram, but this one was changed from Jacob to Israel. So I was like, okay, something nice to learn about. I was really happy.
So your interpretation to that verse is Jacob won because he was persistent with God.
Yes.
Meaning he was not ready to give up on God until God blesses him.
Yes.
So how do you translate that to the present day life that we live today? That we as children of God, how does that reflect in our lives?
First is to get out of the laziness in everything, especially we start with the prayers. God said, if you ask, I will give. If you pray, it will be answered. If you knock. So we should start with the prayers. And when we learn to pray, especially praying rightly and pray consistently, things start to change automatically. Your life starts to be changed accordingly, because prayer brings holiness into you, and for the holiness to be into you, it's new you've been transformed from whatever. It's not necessarily that you were a sinner or whatever. Even pastors, they pray more every day, and the more you pray, the more you tap into a greater holiness. And that means the things you used to do before, and then you will see even maybe your best friend doing it now, and it starts to grieve you. Like, what is he doing? You start seeing the wrongness of those things. While yesterday you were doing the same thing with him and it was fine, and he can even be surprised, like, what? But because of the new you, which for him was going to be difficult to understand, he won't understand what you understand. The only things again to do is to pray again for him to get that grace, which it's in another form, it's a holiness now, for him to start seeing things different the way you see. Because not only one do bad things think they're bad. They don't even understand if it's bad things. For them, it's the life, or it's a culture, or it's system. They just think it's fine. But the moment you start to pray, changes start to come inside, outside of you. From inside, you start feeling things different. You start thinking different. And then you begin to see things different. And that's where this transformation starts. And if we start by that, then we come from the first transformation. And then we will get to the push, or you will have the need, you will feel the need to go to the next. Automatically you start thinking, I need to pray for this, or I need to ask you for this, I need to thank God for this. Even with that transformation you have, you start feeling like, this is not normal, because other people are not like me anymore. So this is the grace of God. It's something different. Then automatically you start thanking God for that grace, even without realizing you are thanking God, but you feel yourself, I just need to thank God for this one. And when you also start to thank God, there are also other things that change again. For example, favors. You start seeing people even doing things for you that before they wouldn't do that. Or even say hello to you. You know, there are people nobody has ever said hello to them. Not even in this culture, okay? Let's forget about this culture. Even to the other cultures. And they don't know why. Or they cannot make friends, or they cannot have any relationships. It's just making today, it's breaking tomorrow. Or they just find difficulty in each and everything. But then automatically, you start even people start smiling at you out of nowhere. Or just people come and compliment on you out of nowhere, and you're like,
And you think prayers have something to do with that?
Oh yes, that's what's called God is favor. It's written in the Bible. God tells, when Isaac was blessing Jacob, mistakenly thinking that he's blessing Esau, the blessing that he was saying to him, if you read, you'll be like, oh wow. Because it's like, people will work for you. People will do this. You see, this is the father saying to the son. So basically, the son could have just sit down, do nothing, Because you already know that everything has already spoken to him. You know, words has power. Because we read.
But you know, the blessing was not intended for him.
Yes, but it was already given. Was never. They couldn't delete them.
But you know that was fraud.
Yes, it was fraud. Which the fraud, you see, if you read from the beginning, you realize the fraud was already planned even before they were born. Because this is what we also read. The Bible says that God knew you before you were created, and He had cleansed you before you get out of the womb of your mom. So Jacob, whatever he did, he, in the first place, when you want to look at this verse, he was already cleansed. But then that plan was already there, because when Rachel was pregnant, he had so much difficulty with that pregnancy. And at one point, she wanted to give up. And she cried to God, like, no, I cannot deal with this anymore. I don't know what was happening in the stomach. But then God says to her, the angel comes and says to her, the only things, the pain you have, or the suffering and everything, is because you're carrying two nations, like two warriors, two fighters. Like, it's already a problem from the stomach. So she knew that. She was told that you're carrying two powerful people, but one will dominate the other one. And even she was told the younger one. And who was the younger one? Was Jacob. So that was already planned. How it's going to be manifested is how we learn. And of course, we have to do mistake in
All
order.
right, I think we are running out of time now. We should continue this after later on when we
Thanks.
finish up.